guys. Good morning. Waiting for you guys to come in. We out at the spot. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to come in a little bit. As soon as I get one of y'all in here, I'm gonna start talking, okay? Hope y'all are having a very great Sunday. And hope you guys had a great Saturday. I just got out here. I haven't been out here very long. I literally just got out here. I wanted to come out here and get my day going so I can go home and cook dinner, and I got a couple T-shirt orders to get done. So I just want to come out here and do a little tea talk with you guys. So I got inspired to do this one today by something I saw last night. So I'm in this Facebook group. Good morning, Fun After 40. How you doing? I love that I could see your message. So I am in a Facebook group called The Squad, and our guest last night was a guy named Jason. Shout out to Jason, South Bay Creations. So something he said last night really had me thinking, and I felt like I would probably reiterate on it and let you guys know what my thought process is about it. So the thing he was talking about was basically centered around validation, needing to have another person's approval. And I know, me personally, I have really had to overcome this issue in my life, because at a time in my life, I didn't even realize it, but I was seeking a certain person in my life's validation. I mean, before I ever made a move, before I did anything, if I had a decision or want something that I wanted to do in my head, once the idea popped in my head, my next step was to get an answer from this person on whether they thought it was a good idea or not. And then the same thing went for after I realized, okay, well, maybe I wasn't getting the answer that I wanted to from that particular person. Then I would do it to my husband. I would do something, have a business idea or do a T-shirt design or something. And then I would show him, like, you like this? And if they said yes, great. But God forbid if they said no. If they said no, it was just like, it wavered me in a lot of ways. And I'm saying all that to say, I ended up realizing that when I come up with an idea, especially if I thought of the idea, maybe that idea may not be meant for them. Maybe they don't understand the direction that maybe God has put in my mind. You get what I'm saying? So what I had to learn how to do is, when I come to a person with an idea, sometimes I even get to a point now where I just do it. And I show them it worked before I ever, so they can't even knock it. It's already working. You get what I'm saying? They can't even give their opinion on it because it's already done. But the other thing I needed to do too was stop seeking validation, period. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. I had to get to a point where I just was like, if I want to do something, a lot of the times, let's say this, a lot of times you'll try to do something and you second guess it in your own mind. You second guess it in your own mind. And when somebody says something about it, then they're only igniting the insecurity you have in your own brain already. If you got to kind of come to grips with the good and bad of everything before you even go to somebody and say something to them about it. Because, say for instance, YouTube. All right. So the best way I can explain things to you guys is to go from my own personal experience. For YouTube, if I wasn't solid on my decision to do YouTube, and I could have easily let other people say, too many people on YouTube. I could have let people in the comment section. For so long, I was so scared of the people in the comment section. And then I messed around and came on YouTube, and them people that I was scared of wasn't even there. So scared somebody gonna say something bad about me. And I ain't had not one person come up here and say not a daggone thing that was wrong. And you gotta remember that sometimes people match your energy. If your energy is good, then you draw positive energy people to yourself. So I was so worried to death about what I thought people was gonna say about me. But that was, again, me needing validation from other people. Needing other people to say, you're doing a good job. I know I'm doing a good job. My intentions are in the right place. I know, say for instance, when I'm doing a t-shirt. This is a good example because we're doing T-Talk. Say for instance, if you do a t-shirt, right? And you see a flaw in the shirt, right? And say the shirt got gaps, the shirt is slightly crooked, and you know that the insecurity, or you know that the flaws or mistakes are there, and you show that shirt to somebody, and then they point out the flaw, and then you get mad. You only upset because you took it to them almost thinking that they would tell you that nothing was wrong with it. But the thing is, when you do those mistakes on those shirts, you know something wrong. Accept it. Okay, yeah, I made a mistake here, but it is what it is. It's still a dope shirt. If somebody else point out the flaws, it don't matter. Let me see. Hold on, I want to see a message, Tamika, but it's so hard. Hold on a second. There you go. I've been doing this and I need to stop when it comes to doing my shirts. Absolutely. When you're doing your projects, you really have to you know what? I love it just how it is. And if you don't love it just how it is, you might need to just start over and do another one. Because that way, you not looking for somebody else to tell you what you already know. This shirt is not my best quality. I could probably have done better, and I and my customers deserve the best quality I can give them. So maybe this means I need to step it up. There was times when I used to do cakes, and I would go to my husband and I would say, "Do you like this cake?" And then he would start pointing stuff out. Oh, the line could have been straighter there, or the so-and-so. And I would get mad. I knew the lines weren't straight in the beginning. How dare you tell me the lines ain't straight? But that ain't the way to go about it. To be honest with you, before I ever went to him, I need to be solid. I know that this cake has flaws. I know that there's certain things that's wrong. If somebody point them out to me, then as long as they do it gracefully, graciously, and respectfully, because we still artists and sensitive about, what we do. But if somebody come to you and point out the flaws, you done already came to grips with them flaws already, and you've already weighed it out. All right, them 10% of flaws do not matter to the whole grand scheme of the project as a whole. So if somebody point out the flaws, I appreciate you giving me that feedback. But at the end of the day, I'm still satisfied and proud of the project that I've done. And then you don't get mad. You're not upset about it. Because, sometimes people will come to you with the wrong intentions. They just hating on you because you just did something that they can't. That's how come you can't depend on other people's opinion of you, because sometimes people have motives behind what they say. That's how come you got to be happy with what you do. You have to validate your own self. Yes. Find that balance. Yes. Self-accept, absolutely. So I really hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. To be honest with you, I'm really rambling off, what's in my mind, what's in my head. And I know that where I've come from with this whole self-acceptance issue, like you said, and this validation thing, I came a long way. I came from a family that was very critical of me. And so I went through my life drawing people to me that were critical. I went through life always unsure of myself, very insecure in a lot of ways, low self-esteem. And then when you go through life, you question everything you do. And for some reason, because of law of attraction, you end up drawing people to you that nitpick on everything you do, which makes the self-esteem worse and the validation worse. And then before you know it, you just second guessing everything that you do, every project you do, every decision you make. Thank you. But you really have to get to a place where you become at peace with yourself. You can't find validation outside of yourself. You can't find peace outside of yourself. Everything that you need, everything that is to be, yes, everything that you are, everything that you need to be, everything is already inside. The most confident you can ever be is already inside, but sometimes the outside forces or whatever, outside influences, internal conflict from your past and all that causes you to be unsure. But at the end of the day, the goal is to be at a place, especially with t-shirts, because that's our project. You know, if that's not your project and you're doing something else, then that's, you know, whatever your canvas is. What you really should do is, when you get finished with your project, step back and really look at it. Good, bad, and the ugly. The flaws, the good, all of it. Has given us all the tools we need, yes. He is the only one that needs, absolutely, God and yourself. Because God is happy with us regardless. He don't care what it is. He's not going to critique his own work, and every gift that he's given you, he put it there. Your hands are just the vessel. But he already put the gift there in the first place. He's not going to critique his work. And that's what you're doing. Every t-shirt you make, all of that is his gifts that he put in there. So he's not gonna look at it like us. We're looking at it trying to please people out, you know, out in the open, people in your life, and, you know, whatever, trying to compare with other people and all that other stuff. He don't do that. And in his godly mind, it's well, all of it. You really seem to have overcome. Yes. Thank you, C. I really have been through a lot of stuff, and I've had a great life regardless of all the good and bad that's happened. It's been a lot of bad, but it's been a lot of good, and I feel like the bad just makes me wiser. And this channel that I have is only for this, is mainly for this moment, me being able to talk to you guys. I never thought I'd be out here talking to y'all while I'm walking around in a circle, but I'm talking nonetheless, and I appreciate y'all for listening. But if y'all didn't take nothing else from this, and I thank Jason for inspiring me to say this, because he definitely hit home. I mean, he really hit me with that, because I used to do that a whole lot. And I got to a point now where I'm just like, you know what? This is what I'm doing. Anytime I go to somebody and ask for their opinion on something, it's because I'm already second guessing it as it is. And that's why I don't understand why we do that as people. We already know something is not right internally. We already know something is off. That's how come we basically go to another person and say, what you think about this? And you thinking that they gonna talk you out of what you already know. Well, I think this is not right. I think this is off. I think the lines ain't right here. And then we look like, how dare you say that? Although I already knew that. But I'm still sensitive because I thought I was wrong. No, you ain't never wrong. What you feel inside your mind, your heart, what you already feel is what it is. So that means you need to go ahead and, if it's any second guess in your mind, go ahead and make the corrections or come to grips with what it is. I already bought this shirt. I don't got nothing but one shirt. These mistakes ain't that big of a deal. It is what it is. Let's keep it pushing on to the next. Or I'm not satisfied with sending this out the door. If this was my shirt, how would I feel about it? So, you know what? I'm gonna just go get another shirt and call it a day. The time that it takes to redo it is not worth the negative feeling you would get if you knew that the customer wasn't satisfied with it. Just go ahead and do it over. But like I said, there is no validation. You don't need nothing from nobody. You don't need nobody to tell you nothing that you don't already know. Even when you go to even if you went to some type of prophet or psychic or whatever the case is, they don't tell you nothing you don't already know. They just make it like, you know what, you're right. That's exactly what I was feeling. You know what, I can't believe it. That's absolutely right. You already know. You already know. So go out into the world with that. We already know. That shirt is bomb, it's bomb, period. So I ain't gonna run it in the ground, y'all. I'm not gonna run it in the ground. I'm thinking about doing, well, not thinking about, I'm gonna do a short today. I'm not sure what the topic is gonna be. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want my short to be about, trying to do little small tutorials, very small information like I did yesterday. Yesterday I did it on how to make your HTV last longer. So if you guys have any suggestions on one that I can do today, make sure that you leave that down in the comment section. I appreciate all of you guys for watching me today. I hope that whatever I said was helpful. I super duper love all of you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day. And yeah, so I'm not gonna hit y'all with the I have it my way so I can inspire you guys to do it your way or whatever, because you already know what it is. All right, you guys, I'll see you guys later. Hold on, watch your video about which rhino suggest. Hold on, I watched your video about, hold on a second. All right, there we go. I watched your video. Yes. Do you want me to do a Tamika, you want me to do a shorter version of that? I can do a shorter version of that. On my favorite vinyls, or the ones that I've used, or whatever the case is. Keep it short. You know, that's why it's called a short, because we're supposed to be keeping it short. But all right, you guys, I'll talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Maybe not the same time, because sometimes I'll be late, but same place.